We had a couple of choices, but CU Denver just felt like home, like right off the bat. Kind of took a leap of faith, and it was the right fit. So I think I was probably one of the only people in my cohort that came in and was like, I have no clue what field I want to end up in. Preliminary exams, those were very hard, and I failed both the first time, and I'll be totally transparent about that. Like, definitely the worst grade I've ever gotten on an exam, and it was really hard in the moment, and now I can kind of laugh at it and be like, well, that was a moment of growth, and I did things differently and, it just persevered, but it happens to everyone, like you're gonna go through those tough times where you question where you're at and if you're meant to be there. But for me, it was really just persistence and leaning into the people around me. The faculty ultimately were just so great, and specifically, I took a spatial data analysis class. And I'd never done anything with that before, but it sounded great. So I was like, why not? And the professor, Dr. French, he was just fantastic. And he was so passionate about it, and like, you couldn't help but pay attention. There's not a great way right now in finding disease hotspots to incorporate other factors. So like, if we're looking for a hotspot of cancer cases, you might want to take into account age because you're more likely to see higher cancer rates with older, communities. The existing method that was out there took 7 hours to run on one data set, which is quite long. It's not really feasible for someone in the field, who's doing this. And we went ahead and improved it to only take 15 minutes, which is a big difference, yes. But we're hoping that speeding it up makes it like more accessible. Honestly, feels great, and I could never have imagined like how fulfilling, I think is the word that it would feel. You see all these methods and you're like, oh, these are great, but once you actually get down and like put them into practice and even make them more accessible, it just feels a lot more tangible, and just realizing like, oh, this could really practically help a community as a whole, like to any level, I think, of student that's doing this. I would say really find a community and lean into it. Like I mentioned, I started during the pandemic, and that was a very weird time to do that. But we still became very close as a cohort, and I feel like I really depended on those people and they depended on me, and we were able to like do this together. And so having a community was a huge part of like being able to succeed in graduating and doing all of this research. In the immediate future, my advisor and I want to publish everything that I did in my dissertation. I haven't published anything before, so this is a new challenge. So I'm excited to continue on with that. Right now I work for the Denver Auditor's Office. Yeah, I love my job. I get to use everything that I learned in the PhD program to really drive government accountability and efficiency, and yeah, I love what I do, so that's definitely going to be in my future plan.